So today we're going to give you guys a tour of our truck camper.
Yeah, we are. As you can see, it's pretty groovy and it's pretty cool.
We love it.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, we are known as the Mobile Hobos. We are a young couple that travel full-time in this little camper here. For those of you who do know who we are the Mobile Hobos. And this is our pup, Nala. She is right over here. She is the cutest pup in the whole wide world. Right? Say hi. All right, well.
And she does her own thing.
Yeah, she does.
So Joe's gonna go ahead and give you guys a tour of the outside, and then I will take you guys inside.
This is our little vintage truck camper. It's a 1979 Fliteway. We haven't seen a truck camper like this, so as soon as we saw it, we knew we had to get it. So quickly, let's talk about the exterior of our camper setup, starting with our truck. We have a 1996 Chevy 2500, 3/4 ton truck, 8-cylinder, the 350 engine, and it's an extended cab. Very basic, simple truck, very reliable so far. Hopefully it continues to be that way. And then let's talk about quick little mods we did to the truck when we got it. We did here, not too much, but we added a bull bar up in the front. Looks pretty cool. Same here with fender flares. I added these just to give it an off-road look. And we put all brand new tires, all terrain by BF Goodrich. It's the KO2s or whatever it is. So far, I'm loving these tires. We did add new front shocks because they were completely worn out when I bought the truck. And I added airbags to the rear of the truck to support the camper. And the airbags are top-notch Firestone airbags that work great. Now let's get to the camper part of things. Now in here we have 2 20-pounders of propane can hold, which is pretty cool. And I can probably keep a couple tools in there if I wanted. This here is just the ventilation for the fridge. All our connections here, outlets and water inlets and drainage and all that. Now over here we have this black tank right here. This is our gray water tank, and there's a tank on each side of this truck. I put it here because it's just a good spot to put it, and it looks pretty cool actually. So real quick, let's show you how this works, right? Take it off. This is how fast it is to take off. Right, ta-da, put it there, unscrew this. You can either put it right there, but what I like to do is to hide it, so I kind of tuck it in here. And then there you go, now our gray tank is hidden. And the only drainage that's coming out is gray water. Since we have a compost toilet, we don't have to worry about the black water tank. As far as gray water goes, it's just coming out of the sink, kitchen sink. That's all we have. And I did it so that drainage comes out of this hose right into the tank. Just like that. We do have like a food filtration, so food doesn't get into this water, and we use all natural biodegradable soap, and it works great. We love that setup. We don't have to worry about dump stations and whatnot. So that kind of covers the water system here. And this side, pretty much over here, is the vent for the furnace. I want to just mention this real quick. This is where, if some of you guys already remember this is where the sewage outlet was for the black tank in this camper. Since we put a compost toilet, we took that old RV kind of style toilet out and the tank that was connected to it. And I cut it off, and then to cover it, I painted this actually. This frame, I painted it this color because it was a nasty tan color. And then I added this, what is it, like a lens kind of cap, a reflector. I epoxied it on there, and it just almost looks like it's part of the camper. Like there was never any kind of sewage connection there. So that's pretty cool. Okay, and over here we are looking at another gray tank on the other side. Haven't used this one yet. We only needed to use the one so far on the other side. And right here is Carrie's favorite camping chair that she just loves so much, and I found a spot for it. There you go. See? Pretty much windows and cool orange stripe. I like that. This is our jack legs to hold the camper when we are gonna unmount it to the truck from the truck. There's 3. 2 on the one side and 1 on this side. A lot of the older campers are made like that. Now I don't know why. I don't know if it's, you know, lighter weight. I don't know what it is. I would assume that truck campers that were lighter weight back in the day had the 3 jacks. That's my assumption. If somebody out there knows why they made them with 3 jacks, put in the comments below. We'd like to know your input. Now, right in here is where we keep our freshwater line. So when we have to fill up our freshwater tank, right, it's kind of tucked away. Have some like fishing, see that, like a fishing net, and just little camping accessories in here that we can fit, kind of arm's reach fit in there. It's a snug fit, but we can, there's some stuff in there. Okay. Now let's get to this area here. This is like a nice little area for more storage that I've encountered, or I discovered. Here we have a step ladder, a telescopic ladder, so for when I have to go on the roof occasionally, and just a regular camping chair. That's all we have up there, and it's all tied down. And yeah, that's pretty much sums up the walk around here on the outside of this camper setup. It's very simple. We could, you know, always do upgrades and add more things. Now my lovely wife is going to show you the inside.
Now let's go check out the inside. So here we are in our little camper. So we'll start from the back of the camper and we'll work our way forward. And this right here is our closet. Now this is a lot smaller than what we had in our RV prior to this, but we made it work, and voila. So we have Joe's clothing on the first 2 shelves and mine on the second 2, and then some of his socks and undies down there, some hangings of mine, and that pretty much sums up what we fit in this closet here. Got a couple of shoes on the side there. Some of my other clothes are in the bed area. I'll show you that in a bit. And then underneath the closet we have the furnace, so that just pops open and then you can turn that on, and those cold nights it can really be helpful. Down here is where we keep some random things for more storage. So we have tools and little shoes, that kind of thing. Here is our favorite part of the RV because we love to cook. So this is our stovetop here. It's propane, and the oven, which we store our cast iron in when we're not using it. Pots and pans, spices, the whole shebang, and our sink that we put in. So that is super duper handy, and I had to have one of these because I do dishes. Obviously you have to do dishes in an RV, so unless you have one of those fancy dishwashers, but most of them don't, so that is super essential. And up here I'll show you, we have a lot of our cooking stuff, baskets to help with the storage there, more baskets and more cookware. And then these drawers here, we have our silverware, and in this drawer we just keep some miscellaneous things and more cookware. And this here is one super important thing that I knew I needed to have based on our last RV and then staying in here prior to renovating it, and that is a flip-up table. So this gives us a ton more space. It's just super tiny, like a foot by a foot, and it gives us a ton of space to put things. That way I can be right here and I can be doing dishes or cooking and things can be over here. A lot of times I'll wash dishes and then I'll let them dry right here with a drying mat, so that works absolutely fabulous. And then it just collapses down right out of the way. And then down here we have our AC unit, so when it gets really hot we can turn that on. We just connect it to the generator and get that going, and it works really good. This is our fridge, and when we first got this truck camper we were really concerned about the fridge being a lot smaller than our previous RV fridge, and so now that we've lived in this for a few months we can gladly say that that's not an issue. It's actually a lot bigger than it looks. It goes back really deep, and Nala likes to sit there, that way she can peek in and see what all the goodies we have too. But it works really great, and the freezer up here works great too. And then right at the top we have to make sure to always flip that before we drive, because that keeps it in place there. And this is all the controls to turn it on. It's a 3-way fridge, so that's pretty cool. And all of our controls, we got our battery in there and the solar system thingy-majingy there, and the inverter with all the switches. We can charge things on that. I'll just keep part of the blender there. And underneath here, this is our water storage. It's a 30-gallon water tank, and that's where we fill up to use the water for the sink, and that's also where we keep our water pump. Now over here on this side is our kind of grab before you go out the door section. So we just, you know, coats, purses, miscellaneous things up there. And let's jump back over here to the bathroom. So this is what we call our outhouse, because it's just a little room with a toilet, but let's take a peek. Here it is. This is our compost toilet, and that is where we do all of the best business possible. And this here is the cabinet that Joe built, which gave us a ton more storage. There was nothing there before, it's just empty space. And we have a lot of things in there, vitamins to our heater to makeup and toilet paper. And then up here is just more of the grab-all, you know, hairbrush, toothpaste, that kind of thing. And here we have our portable water heater for our showers. We can take it outside and shower, and that's where we have that stored in case we want to use that. Over here, this is what I call the laundry room. So we have our towels, and then down here is where we keep our laundry, and when it gets full we go to the laundromat and get it all cleaned up. So it's really handy to have that, and all the laundry is out of the way. And of course behind made some more storage space to keep our broom. So that kind of completes the bathroom. So let's go check out the living room. And here is our living room. This is where we lounge most of the time, and especially at night. We take our laptop and put it right there and, you know, just watch a movie, or maybe we want to do some work, so that's handy and super convenient to have this table here. And underneath is where we have our water, and I've also stored some notebooks and other things that I can cram in there. And we have our water for everyday use right up there. That's super handy as well. And if you're like me and you spill all the time, it's nice to have the doggy bowl right underneath. So up here is this lovely cabinet that Joe and his dad built. That was super helpful, and I'll show you. We have some cooking stuff in there, tons of stuff crammed in there. I can't imagine not having this cabinet. And it's so sturdy, it holds tons of things. And if you take a look right up here, that is our fantastic fan. So we just open it up to ventilate the area and turn on the fan if we need to, and it works great. Okay, so let's go over to the bed area. Nala's favorite spot. This is this is where she chills sometimes. And here is our curtain. We put this up occasionally if we need to make it a little darker in the bed area, and it's just kind of nice to have that. Or maybe we just get sick of her cute face. Just kidding, we don't get sick of her cute face. So that's there. And let's go check it out up here. So this is our bed, and of course, gotta have some cozy lights. That really makes a big difference at night. It just feels so much warmer and cozier up here with those. The most important part of the bed, and that is our ventilation system. So that really helps a ton. And then we have our fan. When it gets hot, we can turn that on and it kicks in some nice cool air from outside. And then I have the rest of my clothes in these cabinets, and they're not huge, but they do go all the way across the whole front. So I am able to fit a lot more clothing in those. Over here we have some extra storage, disc golfs. We keep our camera gear here and some extra blankets. And then on this side I have some books and little miscellaneous things, so it's really cozy. I was nervous about a small bed up so high, but really it's not bad at all. And I love it when it's cold at night, because since we are up higher, it's not as cold as when you're sitting on the sofa. You can really feel a climate change. And I think that completes the tour of the inside. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this tiny camper tour, and I hope that if you're new, you will continue to follow our journey and see where this little home takes us. And if you have been following along, I hope that you will continue to, and thanks so much for watching.